What's up, Westside? All right, we are here to reveal everybody's path to the playoffs, likely scenarios, percentages, and everybody's shot at getting into the playoffs for 2024 Westside Fantasy Football. You guys ready? Let's fucking go. All right. A little old-timey football music in the background to get us going. All right. So before we get into anything, tiebreakers. Based on head-to-head record, not overall points to begin with. So head-to-head record. If you and one other team have the same record, if you beat them, they advance. If you played them twice, you split. The person with the most points has the tiebreaker advantage. They advance. If three or more teams have the same number of tiebreakers over the rest of the field, no one win is any more important than any other win. What that means is me, Team B, Team C, all have one tiebreaker over each other, highest points advances. If 3 or 4 or 5 teams, let's say, all have 2 tiebreakers over all of the 7 and 7 teams, I have 2 tiebreakers over this 7 and 7 team and that 7 and 7 team. You have 2 tiebreakers, one over me, one over that 7 and 7 team. Whoever has the most points then advances. All right. The remaining teams then go to the same tiebreaker, so on and so forth. All right. But it's always going to be decided by head-to-head record first. All right. What that means in layman's terms, whoever has the most tiebreakers in any group moves on. Then the group gets smaller. Then the most tiebreakers in that group, so on and so forth. All right. You'll see a couple of notes that I put in here. We'll go over those as we get to them. But let's start with our current playoff bracket. All right, so right now we have jabronis and winners in the 1 and 2. If they play each other, if one loses, jabronis loses, winners wins, they'll both be 10 and 4. Winners has the tiebreaker. All that would mean is that they switch seeds, but they both still have a first round bye. Okay, but that would affect who everybody else plays in the playoffs. All right. This is current, subject to change with the last week's events. All right, there's the consolation bracket. All right, 24 possible scenarios. In 21 of them, Matthew Stafford infection moves on, giving him an 87.5% chance to make the playoffs. Very hard to miss. As we see, numbers decrease as we get down through our seeding. Bloodline is in the 5 seed right now. Tuesday's Queen is in the 6 seed right now. So she has a 58% chance to move on. He has a 71% chance to move on. Fueguitos, 41.5% chance to move on. All right, 10 out of the 24 scenarios. Abims, all you bitches is my sons, 25%, 1 in 4. All right, Glasses has 2 chances to get in. 2 specific scenarios, leaving him an 8% chance, okay? All right. Now, these rules we'll get into. Let's go back to this view. All right. So 3 people have clinched playoffs. Mask, J-Bro winners. All right. That means, do the math, 3 are available. If any of our 7 and 6 teams that are currently in the playoff bracket we saw at the beginning of the video, if they win, they advance. Okay. That means that means Fueguitos. That means Tuesday's Queen. That means Bloodline. Matthew Stafford infection, Tuesday's Queen, and Bloodline. Fueguitos is on the outside looking in at 7 and 6. So if all of the 7 and 6 teams win, Fueguitos wouldn't make it. All right. If either of the 6 and 7 teams lose, they are out. So that means to have any chance, obviously, all you bitches is my sons, and Glasses main have to win. Mask can't fall below the 4, or rise above the 3rd. Jabronis, we already talked about that. Jabronis has a loss to winners. They would swap seeding with a win for J-Bro and loss for J-Bro, win for winners. Omar versus Black Holes matchup will not impact the playoffs. If you see one of these, that means current point total advances, subject to change if the point totals were to flip over the last week. All right, here's where we start getting into the rules for people, this blue line, the rules for which teams make it. All right, Glasses has to be unfuckwittable, so he has to win his matchup. We already said that. He needs Fueguitos to beat All You Bitches Is My Sons, Jabronis to beat the Bloodline, and winners to beat Tuesday's Queen to clinch the 6th seed. So he needs something out of every matchup except for the one that doesn't matter. All right. Matthew Stafford infection only misses the playoffs if he loses to Mask and all other 7 and 6 teams win. Or Bloodline, Tuesday's Queen, Glasses Vein, and All You Bitches and My Son all win. So this is one scenario, that's the other scenario. That's why he has like an 87% chance to make the playoffs. All You Bitches is My Son clinches with a win and a Glasses Main win. So she can't move on unless Glasses Main wins and All You Bitches is My Son wins. Then any combination of Bloodline winning and Tuesday's Queen winning, Bloodline losing, Tuesday's Queen losing, would get her in. All right. The Bloodline clinches with a win. We already said that. Or Mask wins and MSI wins. Doesn't matter. So that matchup is immaterial. But when Mask wins, Glasses loses. Tuesday's Queen doesn't matter. Aubin's win-loss. So there are most of the scenarios, I think there's like one of each of Mask winning, sorry, 2 Mask winnings and 3 MSIs not winning or something like that where he doesn't get in, but it's like 70%. Tuesday's Queen clinches with a win. Tuesday's Queen also clinches with an Aubins, All You Bitches My Son win, and Glasses loss. That's if she loses. So obviously if she wins, but this scenario is obviously we're only talking about if she loses. If she wins, she's already in. Good luck to the Queen. All right. Fueguitos clinches. They would beat All You Bitches My Sons, knocking them out of playoff contention, and a Mask win. So if they win and Mask wins, Fueguitos is in. Other scenarios, if they lose, a Glasses win and a Matthew Stafford infection win. All right, so if Mask wins and they win, they're in. If Mask doesn't win, then they need Glasses Main to win, and they're in. Okay? Our tiebreakers. If these teams end up 8 and 6, this is who they have tiebreakers over, which is the rules as we go into the scenarios in just a second. All right? So you can go ahead and freeze frame this at any time. I'm also going to send all these out so you guys can look at them. But obviously, if MSI beats Mask, they're both 8 and 6. Bloodline wins, Fueguitos wins, Tuesday's Queen wins. This is who they would have tiebreakers over. Not a lot of fluctuation here, but this adds more people to the mix if we're 7 and 7. So if we're 7 and 7, Glasses is in it. If we're 7 and 7, All You Bitches and My Son is in it. All right. So that's who they would have if we add them to the mix, and that would dictate our tiebreakers going forward. So if All You Bitches and My Sons and Glasses win, not only are they helping their own cause, but playing huge spoilers because then they muddy the waters as far as how many people are tied for tiebreakers. All right. This is our scenarios A through, I believe, X. No Y and Z because we have 24 scenarios. We only have 26 letters, so we didn't use 2 of them. Math. The math is mathing. All right. The first 2 scenarios are very easy. All teams are 7 and 6 win, except Matthew Stafford infection because Mask beats them. That's 8 and 6, 8 and 6, 8 and 6. Matthew Stafford infection's on the outside looking in, and there's your playoff picture. All right. Round robin tiebreakers, what this means when you see this little squiggly, that means all these teams had the same amount of tiebreakers over each other, and then it went to points. All right. In this scenario, round robin tiebreakers go to points. For 4th, they each have 1 over the other, so that went to Bloodline, and then after that, Tuesday's Queen has a tiebreaker over Fueguitos for 5th. So that's why 4th, 5th, 6th. Bloodline gets the tiebreaker advantage. Tuesday's Queen has the tiebreaker over Fueguitos of the 2 that are left. That would be 5th and 6th, 5th and 6th seed. All right. The other one is Mask loses 8 and 6, 8 and 6, 8 and 6, 8 and 6. We mentioned this earlier. Fueguitos would be the one on the outside looking in. They all win, seeding the same. Fueguitos misses out. Okay. Each of these little red dots is those tiebreakers we looked at from the screen before coming into play here. All right. These are pretty much self-explanatory. Just we'll see which of these scenarios we end up with at the end, and then these rules will dictate who goes where. These blue lines, obviously, that's who's making the playoffs. Anything below that, you are missing out. Seeding still matters, though, because that would create seeding for the consolation bracket. So the 7th and 8th seeds would still get a bye there. Okay, so it sucks you don't make the big playoffs, but you still want the first round bye to try to win the consolation bracket and get some money back. All right, not a cheap prize. Definitely want to get some of your dough. All right. These ones, I'll go to the ones that are a little more convoluted. Those are the kind of ones I just want to touch on, the ones that aren't so cut and dry. Basically, the ones where we have more 7 and 7s, they get muddier, all right? Matthew Stafford infection, if you look at his tiebreakers on the screen before, he has tiebreakers over pretty much everybody. That's why his path is so easy. Even though he's 7 and 6, he won the right matchups. That's what it's about, is beating the team that's in front of you. All right. Tiebreaker over 3 out of the 5 7 and 7 teams. Point advantage over All You Bitches My Sons, because All You Bitches My Sons also has tiebreakers over 3 out of the 5 7 and 7 teams. That's why she's in 6th. She has a tiebreaker over Glasses and Fogitos, and a point advantage over Tuesday's Queen. Tuesday's Queen is the next tiebreaker over Fogitos. Fogitos has a tiebreaker over Glasses. So as we go through all of these scenarios, you'll see the trends, which is when we are 7 and 7, more people have a chance for tiebreakers. If there's ever a 7 and 7 and there's 5, All You Bitches My Sons and Matthew Stafford infection have the same amount of tiebreakers. Matthew Stafford infection has more points, so they're always going to outseed All You Bitches My Sons. All You Bitches My Sons then goes into this group and has more tiebreakers over these people because she has most tiebreakers and points advantage over Tuesday's Queen. Tuesday's Queen has the same amount of tiebreakers as All You Bitches My Sons, but not enough points. So she has the tiebreaker over Fogitos. Fogitos has it over Glasses. All right. We'll see the ones where basically you see that All You Bitches My Sons. There's only 6 of them. And that's going to be she's 7 and 7, which means Fogitos is always going to be 7 and 7 because she beat him. And that means Fogitos does not have the tiebreaker over her because that means they played each other twice, they split, and she has the points advantage. So that means he's always going to be below her. So that was the 3 and 5 one. Just kind of slow down so you guys can freeze on these scenarios if you need to. There's only 2 where Glasses gets in. Glasses, when he gets in, Glasses needs Mask to beat MSI to bring them down to 7 and 7. And then once it's 7 and 7, 7 and 7, 7 and 7, 7 and 7, he has the first advantage. Glasses has the second advantage because of the tiebreakers and who has beaten who. So whenever Glasses gets in, he needs MSI to lose. He needs All You Bitches Is My Son to lose. That's his path in. If those 2 things don't happen, he doesn't get there. All You Bitches My Sons, another one for them. Tiebreaker over 3. Boom. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Tiebreaker over Glasses, Fogitos, and Bloodline. MSI. Sorry, that should be flipped. I missed that one. MSI has the same tiebreaker amount as Aubin's and has the point advantage over her, so that should be 5th and 6th. So we'll switch that one for for letter G. My mistake. All right. The rest of these are pretty self-explanatory. If there's 8-win teams, the 7-win teams don't get in. Same thing there. Same thing there. Too many 8-win teams, 7s don't get in. This is a interesting one. So All You Bitches My Son gets in because they have the point advantage again over Tuesday's Queen. If it comes down to a 4-way tie break, they have 2 out of 3 tiebreakers. Tuesday's Queen has 2 out of 3 tiebreakers, but All You Bitches My Sons has the point advantage. And that's why Tuesday's Queen and then over Burritos and then over Glasses. So we see that again. One of the ones where Glasses gets in, see all You Bitches My Son loses. And Mask, in this case, he has the tiebreaker over Bloodline and Tuesday's Queen, so he has 2 out of the 3. Bloodline just has the tiebreaker over Tuesday's Queen. That's why they're down here. One of those few Glasses main ways to get in. All right. Another squiggle, round robin points breaker. That means Bing Bang Boom had the same number of tie breaks over each other. And then Aubin has a tie break over Glasses here, but Fogitos gets in. because they have a tiebreak over bloodline and glasses. 2 out of the 3, not just 1. All right. Here, same thing. All You Bitches My Sons has the point advantage over Tuesday's Queen if they have the same number of tie breaks over the 7 and 7 teams. She moves on. Tuesday's Queen misses out. In this scenario, all 5, 7, and 7 teams have 2 tiebreakers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tilly has the point advantage, so he moves on. Then we go to the same thing. All You Bitches My Sons and Tuesday's Queen both have 2 over the remaining teams. But All Bims has the point advantage over Tuesday's Queen. And that's how that works. All right. More squiggles, more round robin. 1, 2, 3 have the same number of tiebreakers over each other. Point advantage goes to bloodline. Bloodline moves on. Same thing. All teams have 2 tiebreaks over each other. Matthew's Tavern Infection has the point advantage. They move on. Of the remaining teams, Tuesday's Queen has tiebreakers over All You Bitches My Son and Fueguitos. They move on. All You Bitches has tiebreaker over Fueguitos. They get the first seed in the consolation bracket. A bunch of 7 and 7s, but this is a lot more straightforward. He has 3, he has 2, and the point advantage over Tuesday's Queen. She has 1 over the remaining teams. Round robin point advantage over Obbins and Fueguitos. They each have 1 over each other. Obbins has a tiebreak over Fueguitos. Another easy one. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Another point total coming into play here. Another point total coming into play here. So that's when you see those point totals. And like I said, if you freeze these, read what the tiebreakers are, go back, compare them to the tiebreakers on the previous page, you'll see that it all checks out. 24 scenarios. 24 scenarios, very top heavy. 2 chances for glasses to get in, 6 chances for All You Bitches My Sons to get in, and 10 chances for Fueguitos to get in. So other than that, our 1 through 6 is set. We'll recheck seeding after the week for the consolation bracket as well. Good luck, everybody. This was fun. Sorry it took so long. More content coming today. Good luck in the playoffs, and West Side.